Welcome back. We're here to look ahead to Sunday's Premier League match between Swansea and Tottenham Hotspur. Barnes Spurs are up to 6th now after that really impressive win over Man City.
Fantastic result, wasn't it? 4-1 against Manchester City, were league leaders going into that match. I don't think anyone really saw it coming. Tottenham really struggled against the big teams in recent seasons. Even at White Hart Lane, they've been on the end of 4-5-0 scoreline. So to put Man City on the end of that scoreline, fantastic result for the team. Probably the best of Pochettino's reign there so far. Just so many positives to take out from it as well. It was pretty much all positive after falling behind. The way they responded to that, scored 4 unanswered goals, kept Aguero, who's been so good against Tottenham in recent seasons, limited his chances really well. And then obviously Kane getting his first goal was probably the biggest positive to take aside from the three, because there's been so much made of the drought he's been on. To finally get that first goal, really good for him, big weight off his shoulders. Hopefully he'll be able to kick on now for club and country. Lamela had a really good game for Tottenham, probably his best game in a white shirt so far. So just all good signs for Tottenham. 3 wins in a row now. Things are starting to look good. It was a bit of a slow start to the season for them, but they got the wheels in motion now and they're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, they are. They started the season with that 1-0 defeat at Manchester United, but since then they are unbeaten in 6 and, like you say, 3 wins in a row, and they're looking really good. And probably the biggest reason behind that, obviously last time out against City they scored 4 goals. That was the best thing about that game, and Kane getting his goal, Lamela like you said as well, but it's been the defence which has been the main reason behind their recent form. The 2 wins before that City game were 2 1-0 wins, and then obviously only conceding that De Bruyne goal, which was offside. I know probably 2 of Spurs goals were offside as well, but the one they conceded was offside. So really positive signs. They've got the joint best defence in the league with United, only conceded 5 goals in 7 games. So you have to say that's been the biggest positive for them probably so far this season, has been the defence and how well they've been doing at the back, and obviously the goals then coming against City is the biggest positive there. So yeah, like you say, things looking up and up to 6th in the table.
Yeah, defensively, Vertonghen and Alderweireld, they seem like a very solid partnership, don't they? Obviously, play together at international level, used to play together at club level before they came to Tottenham as well. So that's impressive. I've been impressed really with the spine of the team. Dele Alli, the last few games, he's been asked to play in a deeper role in midfield, and he's taken to that really well after impressing further forward as well. He's adapted to the Premier League really quickly, and it's very good to see from him. Dyer this season been playing in a defensive midfield role, when last season he was playing in defence. He looks like a natural. He looks like the first choice there when Bentaleb and Mason are both back fully fit. I'd be surprised if Dyer loses his place, because obviously he scored against Man City as well, but he does such a good job in the middle of the park there. He's a physical presence. He can win aerial battles there. A very good start to the season he's had, and as I mentioned earlier, Kane getting that first goal, he'd like to kickstart. Lamela's probably going through the best run of form in his Tottenham career so far, and if he can start firing, they'll have a good game on his hands, because it's easy to forget that he's still pretty young. Obviously he's had a terrible time of things at Tottenham so far, but if they can get him going, then obviously now they've got Eriksen back from injury as well, and he's already made a difference the few games he's played. So things are certainly looking positive for Tottenham at the moment.
Yeah, and they come up against a Swansea side here who are really out of form. They've impressed everyone that first month of the season in August, but September's been a really bad month for them. It's 3 defeats in 4 in all competitions. The only point they have got was the 0-0 draw against Everton, and last time out go to Southampton, who'd lost the previous week against Manchester United, and going down 3-1 there, disappointing result for them, and they're now into the bottom half after what had been a really impressive start in August. But the only goal they scored in that game against Southampton was the Sigurdsson penalty. I think it was the 83rd minute when they were already 3-0 down. The game was already up then, so really didn't offer much in that game. And yeah, it's weird how much it's changed since how strong they looked in August. Winning player of the month in August, and since then it's just gone really cold, so really surprising.
Yeah, we were singing their praises in August as well, and deservedly so, because they did start the season so well. You mentioned Ayew there, he's gone off the boil a little, but he's still making a few chances. He seems to be really good in the air. He seems to get a good headed chance pretty much every game, and that should be a good route to goals. But the goals are dried up for him, the goals are dried up for Bafétimbi Gomez a bit. Jefferson Montero started the season really well, but then obviously got that injury, hasn't really hit the same height since. So the key players who were doing so well in August and guiding them to such a good run of form haven't really done it recently in recent games, and Gary Monk said after the last game that they do need to improve, particularly away from home, and he's right, because they set the standards with the August performances, I think, and those are the standards they're going to need to meet if they're going to push for a top 8 finish, maybe even European football, which the way they started the season you'd say they're capable of, but they certainly need to improve their recent performances.
Yes, so Swansea have got players going out of form, Spurs have got players coming into form, and if you look in the recent meetings between these two, Spurs have won the last 7 Premier League matches between the two. Gary Monk has never won as a player or a manager against Spurs. Everything points to a Spurs win. Do you agree with that?
I think I do, yeah. As you say, Tottenham, they've got a really good record against Swansea, and that win over Man City should give them so much confidence. Swansea, if this game was played in August, I'd be backing a home win all day, every single day of the week, but I think the way things are going at the moment, I'm going to back a Tottenham 2-1 victory.
I just think perhaps maybe Spurs playing him, they've got the Europa League game in midweek, so I think maybe that might just have a little bit of effect, and I think Swansea might get a point here. I'm going to go for 1-1 draw, so got one Spurs win and a draw. Thanks for joining us.